that help? Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you look great. You look
Thanks,
great.
man. Hey, Richardson 112.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Hey,
Go ahead and start.
guess what?
What?
We're back.
Oh, are we live right now?
We're live. We're back, baby.
Yeah, man.
Here we are.
God.
It's been forever.
Mhm.
I almost forgot what you sounded like if I didn't talk to you almost every day. So
Do I sound better because these headphones got the little,
it's like you're in the next room.
freaking gold right there.
In the next room, my friend.
So here we are. We're back because we can be, right?
Exact. Finally.
Can we even talk about any of that or?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so let's just.
But we're free to do our show. That's
Okay.
what's important. So
Okay. Well, we're back, folks. We're back.
Which is awesome. So
yeah, I've been busy.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, man, there you go. You look great now.
Dang, just see how that color just came just from that stupid. Look at it.
Yeah.
Crystal clear. Better studio lighting.
I feel like I'm too close. I'm so out of touch with what we've done. Like everything had to be reset. My camera had to be redone, and
look, I'm out of focus right now.
Yeah, and like Bigfoot was over here just messing with me and messing up my autofocus, and it's got you all blurred out too for some reason. You're almost coming in. So
hang on.
There you go.
Come on, am I in focus? No, I'm not.
I mean, I don't have 20/20 vision, so I can't really say.
Oh, dude, you're blind, brother. I'm like blurry, like.
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
There you go.
Ooh, don't move. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
All right. So who we talking to tonight, man? We're talking to Bigfoot. Bigfoot female. Wait, Bigfoot friend. I don't know, dude. Wait, I should know because I did their logo.
You did the logo. It's an awesome.
I understand. Like, see all this stuff back here, like in the troll billy over. Like, I've been working, bro. Like cartoons, like crazy.
Yeah.
So this is new. Yeah, Bigfoot female friends of the South.
There you go.
That's what it is.
There you go.
And they sent me and I've been so busy, but they sent me their logo, but they had already fleshed it out for the most part. It was a no-brainer. I was like, oh, I can do that real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks good, man.
And I did. And then they sent me a basket of Louisiana stuff, and this is part of it. Certification.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Well, you want to bring them on, or?
Let's do this. It looks like we may have lost Barb.
Barb is having problems.
Yeah, she's having some technical difficulties. And just so you know, like I said earlier, I have the cable internet people on the next street. So if I disappear, you know what happened. It means I didn't pay my bill, right? So, no, they're over there. I saw some yellow lights flashing on the next street. So hopefully I go good here. So, but let's go ahead and bring Elise on now.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, man.
We didn't do the song.
Well, I have it. You don't, and you logged in, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm the captain now. All right, let's go with it.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Look at Jeff's in the house tonight, guys.
That's awesome.
My God, that is so cool.
Doesn't that look wonderful? Thank you so much, Shane, for helping us with it.
Yeah,
we love it. That's one of our first T-shirts. We're very happy and very proud of it. And we can't thank you enough. And you are a certified Louisiana boy nowadays. And Brian, we're going to work on that for you and try and get you certified too.
I would like to at least apply to be certified.
Well, you'll have to do that when we invite you down to one of our little honey holes here in the swamps of Louisiana.
Hey, you named the time. I'm there. I'm ready. So.
Hey, we love it. We've got some sweet spots we'd like to go to.
Hey, it looks like we got Barb back up if we want to try to bring her on real quick.
Yay! Come on, Barb.
Let's give it a shot. So.
Hey, can I just say real quick?
But it seems like I can hear you a lot better.
There you are.
Barb.
You can hear us? And she's
All right.
walking.
Yes, I can hear you
Oh,
good
she's wearing
now.
a shirt too. She's wearing
Yeah.
Yeah, she's wearing her
yeah,
shirt
that's
tonight.
cool.
She's
Man,
representing.
I feel so
I'm
loved.
trying.
So
So
loved.
so you ladies got
Yeah, we
together
loving the
and formed this
logo.
group, right? So how did that come about? You guys forming this group here? How'd it come
Barb.
about?
Well, my sister and I were out doing our own thing, and one day I posted some pictures of some tracks we found, and Elise
Ah,
commented, wanted to
Oh,
know
she's
where we
saying-
found those tracks. Turned out next time you go, please let me know. I want to meet up with y'all. So we met up with her, and it was like we've known each other forever.
yes.
So
Yeah.
then after our first camp out together, we decided we needed more ladies.
Yeah.
So we decided to
Saved in
form a
numbers.
group.
All
Definitely.
right. I love it.
Yeah.
So that was it.
Barb, and Barb just called me right after we had met up a few times, and she says, I'm thinking about forming my own group. We are both originally from the LOLs. Shout out to those ladies. And these ladies are more, a little bit younger than us, and we like to spend time on the weekends with our families and at home. So we're in a position to where we can kind of go out during the week now and save
That's
that
the
time
best
for our
time.
families. We're
Mhm.
fortunate enough to be able to do that. And we're a little bit, we're a little bit on the older side, but we can still manage to slide down mountains on our tails and somebody throw a rope to us, get back up one.
There you go.
Oh,
But Barb is the creator here, and we have just had a wonderful time with this group. And I tell Barb all the time, I feel like we've been so fortunate because I dare say researchers, investigators, whatever you want to call us, will go out time and time and time, sometimes years, and never get anything. And we get
mhm.
audio, we get some interesting footprints. We've had some fantastic structures that we always investigate to make sure, not nature, you know,
Mhm.
and where we found these structures out are just absolutely breathtaking and amazing, is what they are. And
Right.
you can just see where they've been drug in, and there's no
Oh, see
human
now
there to
that
do the
right there.
structure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
I don't
we
know
do.
if you're familiar with the Kisatchie National Forest, but there's like 5 different regions, all
Mhm.
separated from each other. So we drove all over that region of Kisatchie National Forest. We didn't see anything like that. Then we drove down this, and it's where there are deer lease properties,
Mhm.
and that's where we found the structures, and they were all in the same place. It was like 3, 4, all in the same place.
Would you
It was
say that it
amazing.
kind of looked village-like, or were they that close together?
You know what? We
They were
didn't even
pretty
think
close
about
together.
that.
Yeah,
But it could have
yeah.
been village like. We never even
Huh.
thought about that. I don't know why that.
No,
We were
never
just
thought
like
about that.
amazed that they were so close together.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
yeah, I'd say that, huh, Bart?
Yeah. Good thinking,
Yeah.
Shane.
Oh, yeah. I
I,
would
I don't
say
know
so.
why. I
And
don't know why. It's like I was there with them, and I was looking at it. I was like, oh, it's a village.
Yeah, well, the next time you will have to be there with us, and we'll show you the
Okay.
little village.
Yeah.
That'd be
Hey,
awesome.
I'll be the bait. You know.
We need some booger bag. We'll take it. And
yeah.
and then when we went up to Arkansas, we found another. We've also been fortunate to have some friends of the B.F.F.S who have had Sasquatch on their property and are very familiar with them, and took us to some great places up in the Wichita Mountains. And there we also found a phenomenal structure that was just simply amazing.
Hmm.
Wow.
So we've seen a lot. We've gotten some terrific audio, and we had a tree. Well, Barb and them, I left before the tree came crashing down toward them, and it may have even been 2 trees. But I'll let Barb tell you
Yeah.
that because she was there when it happened.
Cool.
Yeah. Now that took place in Louisiana. But yeah,
Yes.
one night when we were camping out in one of the Kisatchie National Forest locations, there was it sounded like a very large tree that fell, and it was in the middle of the night. I'm a very light sleeper. So I heard it, and then about 15 minutes later, there was another one, but maybe not as big or as close. And so the next morning, when I talked to the other ladies, one of the other ladies had heard it as well, but we didn't go looking for it. But yeah, it was amazing.
And that's a pretty popular spot that we like to go to where that happened at. We call it one of our little honey holes. I know one night, strange things happen with this phenomenon, that you just can't explain. And I don't know if it's Sasquatch or what it is, but it can be strange. And at the same place that when that happened, we were all just went out one evening, Barb, her sister, and I, and we were just going to go out and listen, to the forest and see if we could hear anything. And Barb was talking, and I heard, and her sister Christine heard the most low, guttural growl that to me sounded like it could have been 10 feet away from me. And I thought it was an alligator because we're on a creek. And I thought, well, we didn't disturb a big alligator, and he's fixing to get mad at us. So I shined my light where I thought the sound had came from, and there was absolutely nothing there. Nothing. But that growl was so low and guttural. I don't know what that was. I mean, I don't know what that was. I'll never know, I guess. Barb and them
And
heard the same thing at another campsite.
yes, we did. But later that night, the night you're talking about, I had that smell.
Oh,
My
that's right.
sister and
Did
I
you have the
slept
smell that woke you
in the
up?
Jeep. And during the night, I woke up to a pungent odor that was similar to, it sounds crazy, but when meat is beginning to go bad and it has a sweet,
Yeah, like a sweet
bad
putrid
smell,
smell.
it was like that with the
Yeah.
loosely, yeah. And
Hmm.
it lasted for about an hour. And
Oh wow.
I looked out, but I couldn't see anything. It was very dark, and I never, never
And I
laid eyes
believe
on it,
that.
but I smelled something. And I can tell you this: I have never smelled that in my life.
Oh.
So it was something new to me.
And
So
it lingered like it was there strong like for an
it
hour.
it lingered. It was pretty strong. Now I did have a little portable fan, to
Okay.
to get the air in. I have screens for my Jeep windows, and it was in the summertime, but it was a cool night, and so the fan was pulling it in, and yeah, it lingered for about an hour, and then it kind of dissipated, and I went back to sleep.
I
Now
think it
at least
actually woke you up, didn't it, Barb? You said it was so pungent
Uh-huh.
it woke you up. I
Yes,
said,
it woke me
yeah,
up.
it
I think it
smells.
woke you
Yes,
up. It was so
absolutely.
pungent.
Yeah, I think my wife can say the
Mm-hmm.
same thing about me.
I was going to say, did you ever walk someone out? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well,
Oh
there was
man.
no husbands then at that moment, or we would have thought differently too.
I've
But
been
we've had
walking.
some pretty awesome
Uh,
experiences.
Right.
hey, can I ask you a question? So when you were hearing the what you thought was like a kind of a mad alligator kind of rumbling sound,
We really
did you
had
Yes.
feel that? Did you feel it too? Like, did you feel it?
No, I couldn't say that I actually felt it. I couldn't say that, and that's why I really didn't think it was anything other than an alligator because it sounded like I don't know anything else that makes this kind of sound except for an
Mhm.
alligator. Being in Louisiana, I kind of know what they sound like. And I thought we have come upon a mama gator. She's up here, at nighttime. I don't know what she's doing, but she ain't happy. And we shined our light everywhere because I just knew I was going to see a gator there, but there was nothing. But it was low and it was guttural, and I can't say that I actually felt it reverberate in me, but it was scary.
But
But we like that scary. We get our adrenaline dump and we're good for a minute till
Oh,
we go
I know,
back the next
right?
time.
Oh. What about rocks and any kind of objects? You guys ever get things, chunked or thrown at you?
No, not yet. Well, in Arkansas, I think didn't you think you might have had something falling on the rooftop, Barb, that night? But you weren't sure. She can't hear me.
Yeah, and I will say that when we went back there later,
I think we lost her.
I think
yeah, when we
it's
Oh
in and
man,
out. I can't
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah.
they've come to get her.
when
She knows too much.
we
Yeah.
went back there later to camp, we kayaked.
She's a memory keeper. She knows all the little details.
That's kind of like me for a little, for the most part. I try to remember.
Barb does. She retains details very well. But I think it was that night we were sleeping. We camped out, and it was just so terrible. The weather was awful. It was like cold and freezing rain, and there's no way that you can really do anything much in that. You know, it's too much racket in the woods and everything else. So a friend of the friends of the BFFs invited us to their lodge, and where they've had lots of activity,
Hmm.
and we knew that. And it was just, we went to bed one night, and Barb said that they thought they heard something falling on the roof outside. And we didn't know what it was. We were all sleeping because we've been climbing those Wichita mountains all day and all night for about 3 days. And when we go to bed at night, we
Damn,
were
dude.
sleeping.
You guys get mad respect for me for doing that right there. Period. So
I'm telling you, it's another good thing about this group that we belong to, I think, is that, at our age, and no, we're all ages, but what I call the OGs, the ones that
oh,
began this journey,
mhm.
um, it's good to know that we can still have a first time for something, you know, and because at this age, it's not a lot of first left in life. So when we can have a first time to see something, to smell something, to hear something that we're not used to, that's a great thing. So we just eat it up and love it.
Yeah.
And the fact you guys get out and trek to
We
destinations.
do.
I mean, that's what you have to do though to get into these areas for the most
We
part.
actually have one of our members of our group is actually a tracker. She goes out and she tracks. She has a big dog, and they have tracking competitions and all of that. I don't think they include Sasquatch in those competitions, but perhaps they should start.
Yeah.
But she's
Oklahoma,
really good at tracking, and she has taught us a lot about tracking.
Very cool.
Now, one thing I wanted to say that I thought was extremely interesting, and I wanted to ask you guys if y'all, I'm sure y'all experienced this before. That one structure that we saw in not in the Ozarks, but in the Wichita Mountains.
Elise, are
Yeah,
any of these the pictures that were sent to us?
I don't know. I can't see the
Brian, do you have
pictures
those?
up, but
Yeah.
Barb
Let me
No,
see.
we'll get them up. We'll get
Let
them
me
up
see if I can share a screen here.
because I thought I saw
Barb sent the
something in
pictures.
there
I'm
in
not
those
really sure
pictures.
what she showed you, but if you put it up, I can probably tell you. But at one of these fantastic structures, the one that we found in the Wichita Mountains,
Can
um,
you guys see that?
this,
There
well,
it
I'm gonna
is.
have to put mine up. Yep, that's over there in Casaccia. That's the one I think I found that structure. Do you see the way that thing is balanced, that big tree across there?
Yeah, it does.
That
I mean,
was,
I would want to go there and look at it myself, of course.
it is
But
just, I'm gonna put my glasses way up here where I can see. But yeah, I think that's one from the Casaccia National Forest. And the way that thing was balanced, that limb across there, it just doesn't happen like that in nature, And you can see, like I said, we always look to see if something's been drug in there. Of course,
mhm.
if it's been sawed or cut or twisted. You have to make sure that it's not done by nature or even man. There has to be something
Yeah,
in there that's going to tell you that. And with that structure, that was telling that was done by something, but not by someone. I think
you know
that's
what,
one of our
Brian?
tracks. I'm not really sure where that's
You
from.
know, leave. So Brian, that right. Look at that. That space, man. It just takes up.
Mhm.
I mean, just the space. I mean, I'm not.
Does
I
that
don't
look
know.
like a good? Does that look like a track to you guys? Because listen, sometimes we're like, you know what we said? We have a tendency to say, "That's interesting." You know, we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting, but was there something following up to it or afterwards? Was there?
Yeah. Was there more of
There
those, or that?
was. I think if this is the creek one that we were on, there was a track line, and I think that's the one. There was an actual track line where you could see it, but the camera just couldn't even pick it up. You know, for some reason, we
Oh
never could
yeah,
get it where we could see it with our bare eye, but we never could get it to where it would show, you know, with the camera.
yeah. The camera never
We have a
does
real
these
problem with that, with those
things
tracks.
Cameras with
justice.
Get a
your
good
friend.
picture. Yeah, I think that was at the creek too, Kisatchie Creek. We
Okay.
kind of thought this may have been, it was so far back in the creek. I mean, we have to really get a long ways back there, and there's no boats that get back there, or even a canoe, you know, anything. And I think that's where we saw that little track at, and we were like, it was like a child's track. I mean, look at it. And that I think was only
I can
one
almost.
actually.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know if you can. You probably can't see my mouse, can you?
yeah. I can see it.
Yeah. You see what I'm looking at?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we could say a lot about that, but that just looks like a gap. If
Right.
that is what that is. So,
Ah, it looks like a gap for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I said,
There's
we see a lot of things
these.
interesting. That's just us. That's three
That's
big
you
fitted
guys.
women right there. Three of the BFFs.
That was it. Everybody say
But
Bigfoot.
what I wanted to say about the structure that we found, oh yeah, that was a
Hmm.
good one too.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
that's
like.
in Kisatchie National Forest. Oh, see that thing on the bottom? See, that's the one. See that log across the bottom?
Mhm.
That thing was balanced so perfectly there, so perfect. And we looked around for everything. Like I said, all the usual signs that you want to discount something. Because what we try and do is say, okay, that's nature. Or, you know, we don't call everything, in fact, we barely call anything Bigfoot because we don't see it happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You know, so we
Right.
just say that's interesting. But those structures right there are really interesting.
That's kind of how I am with structures. It has to be really just like wow for me to
It's
go.
got to be, you got to just make sure, you've got to do as much investigating as you can to make sure about it because we don't want to be, like I said, we say it all the time, not everything in the woods is Bigfoot.
That's
Yeah.
We
true.
remind each other of that.
Again, Brian, look at the shape of this thing, man.
Yeah. That's what I was looking at. I like it.
I do too.
I knew you guys would have some ideas on these footprints. That's what I told Barb because I know
Well, it's
I've
just
seen some of
funny.
y'all prints.
What is this
What-
right here? The pinkish thing. Do we know what that is?
I have no clue. I'm not. Oh, I don't know what that is. Huh? Interesting.
Okay.
Like I said, I wasn't in charge of sending the pictures. We usually have them what they're on, where they're from, and stuff. I don't
mean,
have no clue what. I don't remember
I know
taking
the
it.
pictures, they don't do it justice, but from just standing back and looking at this, you know what I'm talking about, Brian. Like you can
Yeah,
just
you
see
can
it, but
see things are embedded into the soil or something applied
Yes,
pressure.
yes,
yes.
yes, exactly. That's what we always look for to see
And
what's
it's
around it, what's in the
uniform.
soil underneath it.
You
That
know,
gives
It's a
us lots of
uniform
good,
effort too.
and I would have
details.
to really blow this up and look at it, but like Shane, one of the things I noticed about our tracks in Squatch Creek is just similar soil, right? Kind of that sandy
Yeah.
look to it. See these ripples,
Yeah.
and you know how we talked about pads on the feet and excess skin or maybe something like
Right.
that, and that's
Right.
that's real similar to ours.
I really like
Yeah.
this picture.
I do too.
Yeah, I did too. Like I said, we've been just really fortunate. We've been just lucky is what we've been.
Elise, I have
Yeah.
I made a rubber silicone mold of one of our tracks that we've cast,
Uh-huh.
and I think I want to make a replica and send it to you guys so you guys could have that on hand
Oh,
just to
that would be
look at it
freaking awesome.
because that's what I'm seeing in that picture. So yeah,
Yeah, we have,
so
like I said, I think we've just been down I just don't have a real big thing for arches. I just don't for some reason.
Yeah, that's you can
They
find
don't
those all day for the most
they
part.
don't get my heart
Here and
pumping.
there.
We take pictures of them, we look
Mhm.
at them and stuff, but that just don't really do it for me for some reason. I don't know why.
Hey
Yeah,
Brian,
Did you?
I was.
tell him.
I see why this would be interesting because you would think if this tree fell somewhere over here to catch these two, that it would have caught this one too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure when we took that picture, we investigated thoroughly what was the deal with it. But
Yeah,
it's just still hard in nature to figure it out. Especially in
yeah,
Louisiana, you got hurricanes, you got tornadoes, you can have ice
that's true.
storms.
yeah.
So we really have to investigate, to make sure something is legit.
Yeah, go to. Let's see.
But what I wanted to, that is the one. Okay, I think this is the one that is in Wichita, in the Wichita Mountains. Now, the lady who brought us to see that said that she had been watching it for a minute, I think, and she's seen it change a little bit from time to time. What I thought was so interesting, I wanted to see if you guys had ever seen this before. It's like once we got to looking around on the ground, we started finding little structures that they
Hmm.
were like
Hmm.
little structures, probably about two or three. They were so little, about 2 foot, maybe 3 feet high. And it was just as if all around this one big thing out in the forest, there was tons. I would say maybe we saw about 6 or 7 smaller ones that were looked like it was trying to mimic something.
Huh.
What time of year
And
was
I
that?
thought that,
Yeah. What time of year would you?
pardon me,
What
What
that
time
time?
of
was
year
just
did you
recently
see
when we
it?
were up in Arkansas.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Are you referring to like when they had their babies? And do you think they have them
Well,
all in the spring?
when we were
I
in
think
this
so.
last October, when we were in Honubby, I was talking to a lady that owns quite a bit of acreage that backs up to the national forest, and she was showing us these pictures of this. It was wacky, man. It was like this dome-looking structure that was kind of bedded out with some, whatever you could find that might look soft, and there was animal bones around it, and it was like, what is that? What? And this lady was like, maybe it's like for a little one or something, and I'm like,
Oh
oh,
yeah,
I've
kind of
never
like a
seen anything
nursery or
like that.
something.
Yeah, I
That's
don't know. I mean,
interesting.
yeah. So keep your eye out for that. Shoot,
Yeah, I will. Well, we
never
were like
know.
really, that's the first time we'd actually saw that around a structure that we liked was the little ones around it. And I mean, the sticks were broken, they were broken off. And you could see where they had been broken off, and just little sticks. And they would break them off and then they would, make their little tiny structures. And I thought that was just wow. I'd never seen that before. I think most of us had not seen that before.
Okay, now
And then you
this
could
pit.
find where they had broke the sticks at too. You could find
Oh,
the weeds and the bushes, the little tiny ones where they had actually snapped, the sticks off to make their little structures with.
wow.
I
It's
don't
pretty
know.
weird.
Deer could have walked through there. Deer could have walked through there and broke the sticks, I guess. But it all looked really good together at that time.
Yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
It's just
And I
like
also want to say something also, and I just want to mention also about the at one part of the forest we went to, the quietness of it all. I hear people talk about, oh, everything goes quiet, and that, and I don't know, but it was the most quiet place. There was no birds, there was no squirrels, and it was inclement weather. The weather wasn't great, that's for sure. Like I said, cold and drizzly. Most things are going to want to be burrowed down, I think. But I thought it was interesting that we all actually noticed it and said, wow, it sure is quiet here. And it was.
hmm,
But I didn't get
Yeah.
any feelings like, oh, there's something here or nothing like that. It was just the quietness of it all. And maybe it was just that peaceful because we love to be out in the woods for all the peacefulness too.
Oh, that's like number one for me
oh yeah.
is the
Uh,
woods.
right.
Period.
My husband's been an avid deer hunter and fisherman for years, all his life, and he's very skeptical because of that. I'm just going to say that. He doesn't believe But I think now he says possibly. But he always tells me that, that's where he finds his God at, is out there in those woods with nature. And I
You know
see it
what?
now.
At least, like, you've got all these guys that hunt. You've got all these forest rangers. You got people that are into Bigfoot with all this equipment, thermals, drones, you name it. And like all these people are just in the woods. Some are looking for them, some aren't. And all these people, most part, they're not really seeing them. But then this lady that lives in the country, and I'm just making this up just because this is how I see things. There's a lady in the country taking her kid to the bus stop, and she sees one running across the field.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you just can't ever plan it. You just can't plan it. No, you can't.
Right.
And
That's why I got a dash
I think
cam.
that's how it happens when someone has a sighting. Hey, Barb. Barb's back.
I'm back.
We got a lot of comments.
I think that's the way it is.
We do have a lot of comments.
We got a lot of comments and some questions in there. Somebody said cutie. I think they must be talking about my buddy over here. And Shane asking what you're drinking.
Too.
I'm drinking Golden Eyes, Belgian style. You know what? It's like another version of Blue Moon, but you know what? The artwork on this
I like Blue Moon.
Oh, that's amazing.
This.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like that.
I'm drinking rosé.
It's brewed and canned right down the highway.
I'm boring. I'm just having some water.
I've got this too, by the way, Pepsi. But I would like to do a toast to you and Brian and Shane and the Cryptoholics on your new podcast. I wish y'all much success.
A little wine left in my
I
glass.
like you guys a lot. I've been following you guys for a very long time. I've been looking at y'all, what y'all are doing. And you guys have got integrity. I like that. Sometimes that can be a rare thing in this little thing we got going on. So I like the integrity that y'all bring with y'all.
Thank you. There was another question. Somebody asked what part of Louisiana, but I think you guys went over that when you were mentioning the national forest there.
Yeah, mostly we go to Kisatchie National Forest, but we've been on some other properties too.
Yeah, Central Louisiana, North Louisiana. We go everywhere though. If someone says they've had a sighting there, and if they were generous enough to invite us, we will follow.
Hey, that's our mentality too.
That's how we do.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say is, listen, I heard something, or we like for someone to say we saw something or we have something here, and we will go.
Is it possible for y'all to go back on those pictures that you showed a little while ago when I was offline?
Sure.
Barb knows all about the picture. She's a picture taker.
Way to go, Barb.
The picture with my eyeglasses for scale.
Way to go, Barb.
It's a small print with the eyeglasses. My eyeglasses for scale.
I wanted to talk about that.
My ruler.
There you go.
Wait, what?
You guys see it?
Talk about that one because that was at one of the.
I don't see it, Brian.
No,
can you see
I don't see it. It was at one of the Kisatchie locations, and it was up on a beach, but
gosh,
way
I can't
up.
hear now.
Oh, it was in a very swampy area. I want to make that clear. Way off the trail, and way up on the bank, but in a swampy area that was snake infested, and it was the size of a child's foot. Like I can't.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing.
Yeah, I can't imagine someone letting a child walk barefoot. And like I said, it was way off trail. And
yes, ma'am.
It was a really good print. And I didn't have my casting stuff with me, and I didn't even have my ruler, so I laid my glasses down. So.
Uh-oh.
I don't see it.
But
anyway, it's on our site somewhere.
You come put me back on. Come put me back on. Hurry. Gosh, dog it.
Well, let's mute her real quick, so in case she starts cussing at her, her camera.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
You're all right.
My granddaughter was calling me.
I muted you just
I can't hear them, they say.
So, let's see.
I can't
Here's
hear
a,
Check his back, everybody. Don't worry.
Oh, she's having
No, I
trouble.
think she was talking about the Washita.
Yeah.
Leave and go
Oh
back.
my God.
Well,
Or
it
the-
is Washita. It is the
It is
Washita
Ochita.
National Forest.
Washita, because it goes through
Washita, not
Arkansas,
Wichita.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Hell, it's even
Right.
in Canada if it wants to be.
It's a
I think
Washita.
we have to leave and go back.
I like to call it the
let's leave and go
Ochita
back.
to upset people. So, oh, we lost her. So,
She'll be back. Yeah, she'll be back.
Her granddaughter nixed
Yeah,
her,
and I'm
but
sorry
bring
about
her
the
back.
confusion. She didn't know
You're
as much
okay.
about the pictures as I did because I had taken all the pictures. So
you're fine.
some she
Oh,
wasn't
dude.
sure where they were taken and stuff. But
The picture with the glasses next to the print, I could totally see that being a smaller type of print, only because one of our fellow guys, Darren, and another fellow cast some out at Sam Houston National Forest at like 2:30 in the morning on the Lone Star Trail, which I don't think little kids run down the Lone Star Trail at 2:30 in the morning.
Thank you.
right. Yeah.
But that
Can you hear me,
picture
guys?
that we
I
just
got
had
cut
up
off a minute.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay,
ma'am.
good. I missed the whole conversation. I'm so
It's
sorry.
okay.
Oh,
It's okay.
no,
We were just talking about that
we're
little picture.
backtracking.
Another thing I just wanted to talk to you guys about is what do y'all think about like food sources and stuff like that? Because one of our places we went to, one of our little honey holes in Kisatchie, the signs, this is a place that is loaded with wildlife. They have plenty of hogs, plenty of deer, anything you can imagine. The food source is there for them. We were in a beautiful place. But guess what? There were not any deer tracks, no hog tracks, no nothing. To me, that's almost as telling as when when the wildlife is there. Don't you think? Or do you think?
Yeah, I'm still mixed on their diet. A lot of people say they eat deer. I think they're more opportunists. I don't know if they would actually stalk a deer or chase a deer, just something that big. I don't know. I think they're more of I'm walking along, I'm going to eat, shrubs, probably different types of plants, fruits, things like that. And then maybe an occasional small mammal, like something slow, like a raccoon or a possum or something like that.
Really?
That's just
so
my
interesting.
personal, because I think the amount of energy it would take to chase down a deer would be too much for them. And I could be totally wrong. I've seen deer run,
Man.
um,
And they can
Right.
dodge and shoot.
even during my own experiences, it was, related to deer. So I could be totally wrong, but I just think that something that big, I think it would be a little bit wiser. It's not like, like a
To
big cat.
conserve their
Yeah.
energy and stuff like that.
It's just like,
But I would think that would
cats
be
and dogs. So, they instinctively chase what runs, I think these
Right.
things are a lot smarter. Now they may ambush a deer or something like that, because I just think they have better critical thinking skills, and they could probably capitalize on something like that. But I think for the most part, if you're, 8 foot tall and you weigh 600 pounds and you're walking along, are you going to chase down a deer that's running, 35, 40 miles an hour? Or are you going to grab you a few of those possum that are just moving along slowly on the bank?
Hey, Brian,
Well-
I loved what you said about opportunists, dude, because you guys, we were going down Mountain Fork River and the Broken Bow, Smithfield,
Yeah.
Ochetown area, that whole, eastern Oklahoma. And we got off and we found these little 5-toed tracks, and we followed them down the bank for a while. I don't know, 60,
100
100 yards.
Probably.
really.
And then it cut into the brush, but you know where it cut into the brush? It cut into where a persimmons tree was. And there was a worn out spot around the persimmons tree, which bears fruit. So,
Right. Of course.
I don't think
just
anybody dropped their kid off at the river and went to Safeway.
Yeah.
while they
I
went
think so. And they really like persimmons because I don't care for persimmons too much.
No,
But I did bring some persimmons from Louisiana to
you
Arkansas gift, but they didn't take it. They must not like Louisiana persimmons.
You know, we found like cracking stations where we've seen black walnuts. Eastern Oklahoma's got some large black walnuts where we found like like a rock and then a rock next to it where you could see something was there cracking something. And so that just further makes me think, if I'm that big and I'm walking along, I could grab up some of these good protein type snacks, sit down for a little bit,
Exactly.
crack a few of those open, eat them, and then move on about my
And they
day.
are full of protein.
Exactly.
And I do think that it needs a good bit of protein, I would think.
I
Now,
would imagine.
Barb has also had some interesting stuff that's happened around her own house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you just better share.
Well,
Barb also may or may not have had a sighting when we were up in the Wichita Mountains, and we're not sure of it because she keeps arguing with herself about it.
Yeah, we were at this lady's house. Okay, y'all can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. All right, we were at the lady's house that was letting us investigate on her property. And I was on the porch with some of the ladies who were smoking, and I was talking with them, and the view I had was the window into the house, and there's a wraparound porch that goes around 3 sides, and the house is on a slope. So the back of the house is up off the ground, and I was on the front porch, was a little closer to the ground. But anyway, I'm looking, and I see what I think is a man in black, dark clothes walking on. I thought he was on the back porch. So I was like, well, who's here? Well, who's that man? And I ran in the house, and a couple of the ladies were inside, and we ran to the back and we looked, and there was no one. And she said, well, a while ago I crossed the room, so maybe it was me, but we reenacted it, and she had a light colored sweatshirt with red letters. I could clearly see it wasn't her. It was, I thought it was a man all in black on the back porch, but there was nobody on the back porch. So we thinking maybe he was in the yard because there's a mound back there, and maybe he walked past the window but was in the yard. I don't know, but there was no man out there, and it's private property with just family that lives, nearby, and none of them were out and about.
And the Sasquatch that also lives there.
Yes.
Also,
but then when we went to look,
yeah, tell them about the rabbit.
Tell them about the rabbit. Yeah.
Tell them about
Go
the
ahead.
Tell us about the rabbit.
Yeah.
Well, when we went to look to investigate what could Barb have possibly seen, and she was shaken up. Well, she was shook up. It was pretty. She was really shook up about it because she didn't know, and her mind was trying to figure out what it was. And so we went around to look, and the lady has some puppy dogs, and she has a little dog yard outside for her little puppy, her baby puppies. And we just happened to look over, and there was a rabbit, a fresh kill, wasn't stiff yet or anything, a fresh kill with his head pulled off. We never did find the head. We never found the head. But there's no way those little puppy dogs could have jumped out, got a rabbit, brought it, back into the fence because they're little puppy dogs.
Yeah.
There's no way something else would have jumped in and put this fresh kill in there. And it was so interesting because it all happened at that time when Barbara saw whatever she saw. What do y'all think about that?
That's pretty interesting.
Weird,
That is cool.
So weird.
I just love that kind of stuff.
And rabbits
So
are
weird. This journey is so weird.
Do
What do
you
y'all
guys
think
feel
it
like
is?
the more you dig into the rabbit hole, it's like, oh my
gosh.
Now what do I got?
The more that I think I know, the more I know I don't know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did y'all get to catch Carrie Arnold's new Bigfoot documentary?
I have not.
Which one?
Carrie
Carrie
Arnold.
Arnold's. Yeah,
Oh,
100. I think it's 168 hours. I have it written down somewhere. But I want y'all to know that has really made me think about a lot of stuff, especially where pareidolia is concerned. Because I mean, how many pictures have we all seen with the circle, okay, or the face on the tree that are leaves, and we all say pareidolia, pareidolia. Well, he's got some interesting pictures, and it's a really well done documentary. It was well done, I have to say that. But his pictures that he's showing on this documentary, had I seen that before, I'd have said, "Where's the red circle at?" They just blend in so well to the scenery. They've been able
Yeah,
to
I can.
adapt to do that.
Yeah, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
That blows my mind. I'm never going to see one unless I happen upon him
Uh,
and he's taking a nap.
Elise, have you ever seen that video of the uh, oh my God, the billy ape? You know what a billy ape is? It's a monkey. It's a primate, a monkey that they just discovered. It was within the 2000s, I believe. It's
Right,
a, it's like a, it looks like a chimpanzee, but it's about the size of a
right.
gorilla.
Uh huh.
Okay,
You're
so
right.
they have video of one, right? And all
Mhm.
it really does is step back about, I don't know, 2.5, 3 yards to, and then go to the
Right.
left, and he just blends right into the jungle.
Blends, just blends.
Hmm.
Guys, let me tell you about the most interesting thing that I think that we discovered on that last expedition. I'm gonna tell y'all, I
Ooh,
never seen nothing like this before, and I was gonna
okay.
ask you guys if you've ever experienced or seen anything like this before either. Um, the friend of the BFFs, who has these things on her property, she's collected the best evidence I've ever seen, bar none. I mean, she's got pictures like clear as a button looking into camera, and she's got tons and tons of hair samples. But one hair that we closely inspected when we were there, it's a one hair, it's kind of a whitish looking hair. You can see the hair follicle on the end of the hair. And when that one hair comes up, it splits out into like four or five. It's like it's not a bad case of split ends, but it's just one hair.
Hmm. That's
How does
weird.
that
That's
happen? That
crazy.
to
I've
me
not seen
makes me think that these things really do have something with their hair, the way it flares out, the way it blows in the wind, the way it takes on, the shadows and that. I thought that was very interesting, that one hair, because I have never seen a hair like that before, that just that one hair. I didn't know you could split a hair into so many pieces.
Well, let me check
Okay.
mine here, and I'll see if any of these are
Ah,
just like it. But
Pull off some and let's
no,
see.
no,
Mine
it's
no,
like
doesn't have
those.
hair. She's just plastic.
yeah, no split hairs on this guy. He must use Pantene or something. He has no
He
split
must
hair.
use Pantene. Must use Pantene.
Yeah, he uses that good shampoo.
Pantene Pro V. Oh, it's
Which is the worst thing I understand you can use for your hair.
oh, I thought
Um,
Barb froze,
but
man, because she was holding that position for a long time. Like,
is she gone again?
Yeah,
I
she
wanted
froze.
her to tell about what's been happening on her property too, that
Yeah,
we're very interested in.
I'll
so
keep
But
an I'll keep an
her,
eye on her down there in the bottom.
Elise,
If she starts moving, I'll add her back in. But
yes,
right now she's
so
frozen up. So
her property is that one of you guys' mission spots? Are you
no,
guys gonna?
no,
No.
we've never ever even went back there to look on her property. And I think it's so strange that I tell her all the time when she tells me about stuff that's happening. I'm like, here we are running all over the United States of America, and you probably got these things literally in your backyard. She's had some interesting, very interesting things that's happened on her property. Um, she's heard. There she is. Maybe she can tell you. I was telling about your property, Barb. Can you hear her?
That's the same picture that was stuck when she left.
There
Okay.
she
Oh,
is.
she just
no,
unfuzzed.
she moved. I saw her eyes close. Oh,
Time jump.
we lost her this time. She's not even on here at all. So
She
Barb is
lost
going
her.
through time jumps
She
right
just
now.
had. I would let her tell it because she tells it best, and it is her property and that. But I will say this: she's had. She's found some interesting footprints. She's had interesting vocals. And recently I suggested that why don't you start gifting and just see what happens? And so she did start gifting. She doesn't check it every day. I think she goes out about every 3 or 4 days and checks. And nothing happened for a long time. But then eventually she put out, I think at first it was a big green ball about like this that she put out. And that was taken. And she couldn't find it anymore. And then she put like little strips of leather, marbles. But then, she started thinking a bird can take that or a mouse could take that. So then she started putting out things that you have to have a thumb to take. And one was a big rock. And that's been taken now. So things like that have started, just to happen. And I'm probably forgetting some of it. Like I said, I'd like for her to tell it because I think she may have something back there, especially with the vocals. And the vocals that includes like walk outside on her patio and hear the strangest owl make a strange, strange sound. Like it's trying to make an owl sound. Only one, and just different things like that. She's had lots of little things. I think
That sounds interesting to
there's
me.
more probably of them, guys, than we even think. I really do think that. I think there's more of them than what we think there is out there.
Oh yeah, I do. I don't think there's a flooding population, but
No, I don't think
think
that
there's
either. But I
enough.
think they're alive and doing well.
Yeah.
I think in some places, especially.
If people are seeing them these days, they've survived this long for a reason, right? So
Yes,
because
because they don't want to be seen.
they got us beat
What
in
do
the
y'all think
woods.
they
We
are?
look like idiots in the woods compared to these things,
I know, right? That's why I think if we have any luck at all, it's because they come out and look at us, bunch of ladies, and they're like, "What the hell are they doing out here?" I think it's
I was gonna ask you a question.
curiosity to get them in.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you that a question. Do you think just with it being ladies, does that give you guys an advantage?
I do. I do. I really do. I
do
do
too.
100%.
I do
do.
too.
I think that now, don't get me wrong, we were all locked and loaded at all times, but we
Sure.
don't carry a shotgun with us. We don't make it where they can see it. We have guns and we're loaded. I think just because of not my voice particularly, but some of our voices that are very ladylike and pretty, I think they do. I think that they know that we're females, and I think that we probably have a better chance than a group of guys going out. I really do
Yeah.
believe that. And
Yeah.
we tend to sit around the campfire and sing at night. We sing, we do anything that we think is going to make them curious
Yeah.
to come in and look at us.
At least I try to get the guys to hold hands around the campfire.
Why don't they
and
do
sing,
that?
but they
A
won't
simple little
do it.
kumbaya.
But he wants us to
Kumbaya.
think it's
That's all you got to do.
weird.
You'll be surprised what'll happen if you do that.
He
Maybe
wants us
sing
to
around the campfire, the campfire
loincloth,
girls.
underwear. It gets really awkward with some of the
Hey
things.
man, it's just shirtless and kilts. I mean, come on, man.
I'll bring my
Camouflage. Put some color on. Most of us don't wear camouflage. That's true.
Yeah, I don't ever wear camouflage either when I go. So
Nah.
I'm
Sometimes
not.
I do, but like I said, it's not important
think,
to me too because I think they like color.
I think planning enough days to be in your area is great, so you can actually start smelling like the area.
Mhm.
I think that's more important than camouflage.
I think
Yeah.
that's very important.
Yeah.
I think it's just like deer are the same way though, really.
I've seen deer like 40 yards away from me just go. They
Exactly.
there.
That's right. They know. And so we know these things are so much smarter than that. So much smarter than a deer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What do you guys think they are actually?
Go ahead, buddy.
I believe they fall between Neanderthal and us.
Yeah.
Yeah, closer
Me
to
too.
Neanderthal. Just some little spin off of Neanderthal that somehow evaded humans and didn't get murdered like the rest of the Neanderthals did. And I think that's why Neanderthals were such bigger, they were stronger, but they weren't as smart. Modern humans developed a little bit different. We had weapons. And I think they just naturally, instinctively just want to avoid these smaller, hairless people because they know that that's bad news for them. And that's probably something taught to them, through their own type of language. So they're curious enough about us, but they're not going to want to come up and shake your hand. They know that we're bad news. And we are, unfortunately.
And we are.
Oh, yeah.
And we are.
Not only are we bad news in the sense that, a lot of people are gunning for these things and trying to kill them, but even innocently, such as you ladies, you're out there. If you were able to come into contact with one of these, just, your common cold, if you had the flu or anything like that, you'd wipe out their entire group.
Exactly.
Just because they have no antibodies to that, right? So it's
And
best.
I was thinking about this whole COVID thing with them too,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I hadn't thought about that.
Well, here's the crazy thing to me, and this has been running through my brain the last couple of days, and then I'll let Shane go in with what he thinks. There's a big study here going on now that COVID is being transferred between deer. So what does that do to our Bigfoot population if deer are able to spread this and they share this habitat?
Oh, wow.
So,
wow, you're kidding me. I had not heard about that.
That's huge, and we need to
I'm
really
not surprised. It doesn't surprise me.
No, and odds are if Bigfoot gets COVID, he's probably going to be like us. He's going to get a bad cough and a fever and a headache and can't smell his acorns or taste them or anything like that, and then he's going to be fine. But there's going to be that small percentage of them that will not make it. So
maybe you shouldn't get that vaccination.
That might be when we find one, right? Like,
I mean,
I
don't want to look at it that way, but
I think it's going to take something like that for us to find one.
Yeah, that would definitely increase one's odds for sure. But you ought to check into that deer thing. It's really weird that deer are getting COVID. So
that is so crazy to me. I had not heard that.
Yeah, I just saw it a few days ago. So.
Why wouldn't I? But I did hear that I think that dogs were catching it too, or something like that.
Yeah, they were talking about
heard
dogs
that once
and
upon a
cats
time.
Yeah.
So if they can catch it.
I watched the deal in the news this morning. There was a deal in the news this morning, and they were talking about, because it's 2 years ago since I guess the first COVID case, and they were talking about China, and they were saying that they narrowed it down to two places. One, a lab where it escaped from the lab and it spread, which that falls in the whole conspiracy thing. The second thing is there was some kind of fresh food market with fish and other types of animals, and they think it may have came from there. So that's the one of two places that they track this thing back to. So if we got it from an animal in this market, then I don't see why it couldn't be passed back to them. So
exactly, I don't understand that either.
Yeah,
but there's a lot I don't understand.
Yeah, there's a lot
in this world we live in today.
Somebody
I'm just going through my notes to see if I forgot anything I wanted to talk to you guys about. I've been waiting to talk to y'all. Now, I want to talk about the UFOs and Bigfoot. Tonight, another show, maybe.
Always.
Yeah, if
that would be tied in with the woo of it all.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we lost Barb again. Just when I gave her when someone gave her a shout out there, we lost her. So
you know what
Barb.
Either that or it was the aliens and the UFO. So
I think Barb
could have been. I see she had a little tin hat on.
Is she here?
Shane, you didn't get the answer. What do you think they are?
Oh man, so like when I first started doing this, I was like, oh my God, we're going out here. We're looking for a monster in the woods. And then I saw the footprints and I saw that space between the toe. And for some reason, it made me think maybe it was a primate, or something along that. But then you hear accounts of people saying these things look like Native Americans and Aboriginals. And then the entities that are out there leaving the tracks at the creek, like they're not staying on the same path. They're like going up and hitting harder terrain and then going to where they're going to cross, which gives me some sort of intelligence. So I don't know, man. I'm just so torn between like a relic hominid or primate. I don't know.
That's what I think too. I'm in between. I think it's some kind of relic hominid too. I just do. But tomorrow you may ask me and I may see something different because it just depends on what I learn, and I've changed. I flip-flop on this from one day to the next. Yeah, I just do. I think it's just as the information comes out and evidence comes out, new evidence, it kind of makes me think differently sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, ladies.
And I don't think any of us were ever going to know until we have that body. I think that's what it's going to take. It's going to
yeah,
take,
yeah.
I hate to say it, but it's going to take a body.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We've got pictures, we've got empirical evidence. You know, the one thing we don't have is a body, and no one in, I don't care what kind of evidence you bring, I think they will
I mean,
find a way of saying it's not, that's not what it is.
Oh, hey guys, I wanted to talk to y'all about this. Okay, so in January, which is not far away from now, I'm sending off some dirt samples for eDNA testing because
Oh boy, I love that stuff.
yeah. So there's
Now,
a scientist.
where did you get this evidence from? Let me take
from where,
notes.
oh,
Just
from
kidding.
where we it was back in April
Your
2020.
honey house.
We had 5 tracks. 4 were cast. The 5th one, I dug it up. I
Y'all got
dug it
some
up
great tracks.
entirely. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna send you
Great
guys
stuff.
one.
Great
I'm gonna
stuff.
send you guys a replica. You guys
Oh,
need to
that would
have.
be freaking awesome.
You gotta have
You heard
it
that,
in your
Bob?
person. You guys need to look at this thing. Study it.
Yeah,
Seriously.
we will. Promise you, we will study that. So when are you sending off the eDNA?
Oh, that'll be in January. I'm waiting for him to say, "Hey, let's go."
That's
And
going to
boom,
tell
I'm
the
ready.
tale. That's
Yeah.
going
That
to
is
tell
gonna
the
be
tale, my friend.
so. I can't wait.
I can't wait either. That is super exciting. I think
Mhm.
Oh,
that is the wave of the future, I do believe, the eDNA, for sure. And
I think
isn't
so too.
that
I think it's definitely a
remarkable?
heavy.
what?
Oh, Barb's. Come on, Barb.
Barb, what? Oh, she's
Oh,
gone again. Oh, Barb.
Yeah,
But
she
yes,
froze.
that eDNA is absolutely remarkable science. I just love the way that works, and
I think
it,
it's
it is
awesome.
fantastic.
So, I mean, there's no mistaking that, right? I mean,
I
You
got
can't,
my jar sitting there.
listen, you know what they say, you
what do you
can't
got?
argue with science, right? So there it is.
Exactly, science. I'm bringing science into it.
Science.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that's some of the dirt too, right there. Yep,
I got my
What is
dirt
that?
right here.
Oh, is that the dirt right there? Oh
that's
boy,
some
how
of it.
exciting.
At least that's some of it. I've got a lot of it. It
That
was a
is so
16-inch.
exciting.
It was a
I
16-inch print.
understand
So
that they can even take eDNA from like a lake or a creek or something.
mhm. Yeah, I was reading up. You know, DNA can stay in soil from like 2 to 10 years easily. So,
It's crazy.
2 to 10 years. I wondered
mhm.
about that, how long it would stay.
Which is weird because you would think that like all the natural gases and earthworms and everything that's left and taken and whatever, it would just kind of diminish. But
You
and
would think
maybe
that,
that
right?
does diminish faster. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know it's
But
worth
they
a
do.
shot. I know that.
Yeah, it's
So,
definitely worth a shot. And I think
mm,
that's going to be really good stuff for you. I really do believe that for you. And I hope for it
thank
for
you.
you guys big time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we'll share it once we get it. So
Oh
I know
yeah.
y'all will, and I'll be looking forward to that.
we'll share it. So
Hmm. Yeah, I can't wait for that. That's like going to be the beginning of 2022.
Yes, let's hope that's better for everyone, for us and
Thank
for
you.
the whole world, actually.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think I'm out of my notes. I can't think of anything. Y'all want to talk about anything else?
Dang, Elise is closing down the show.
man, that's
That is awesome.
Tap, tap, tap. I hear dishes rattling in my kitchen. That's the reason why.
Oh my
Listen,
God.
guys, we would love to invite y'all down on an expedition, one of our little honey
Sure.
holes. And
Yeah,
y'all get
whenever
a,
you're ready,
Sure.
just let us know. So
Also, one
we'd
more
love to
thing.
have y'all come. We would love to have you.
One more thing, Elise. So you guys have a Facebook page and y'all's
We
header,
do.
it's not formatted right. I'm going to send you something that'll fit in there. Okay.
Oh, thanks,
Okay.
Shane, so
It'll
much.
fit in
Shane, you've been
there.
so good to us, and we just appreciate y'all
Oh no, you're
so
good. You're
much.
good.
You, Shane,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much for the logo. We are very
Oh yeah,
proud of
sure.
it, and we love it.
Hey,
yeah.
thank you for just sending me something that was pretty much done. I mean, I was a busy
Well,
guy and I
listen,
was like,
That wasn't me. That was Barb. Barb's also our artiste in
Barb
the
sketch
group. So
that out?
she's the one
All
who
right.
actually sketched it out.
Awesome.
I just
Barb
told
is a
her
myth in
I know
that.
somebody. So that's all I did.
That's cool. Hey,
And
you're
now
a
I
good
do know
middleman.
somebody. I'm glad to meet you guys and glad that we had
man.
this conversation. Maybe
And
we'll
be,
do it
Good
again.
talking to you.
yeah, and
Yes,
be
ma'am.
sure to share anything you want on the SBA page if you guys are looking for locations or members or anything like that.
Anything promotional, whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate it so much.
and we'll do this again.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's do it again. I
And
like
maybe
this.
we'll do
I
it
like-
live.
I enjoy talking to you.
Come down to
Didn't hurt
Louisiana.
at all.
Oh, yeah.
It was really painless.
Yeah, exactly. We're easy.
Okay, guys. Well, Betty says good night.
Okay, good night.
All right. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for coming
Thanks
on.
for
Lee.
having us. Appreciate you
All right,
guys.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah, no, anytime. Wow, dude. She's a firecracker, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was. There we go. I got them moved off there. So that was fun.
Yeah, man, that was cool.
So how was it standing up during the show?
I like it.
Do you?
Better.
Okay.
I think it's just a little hot up here because you can see my face.
Oh, I got to give a shout out to my buddy Ben Harris.
Okay.
Sent me this shirt from
Oh.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Nice.
Shout out to him. He might be watching. I'm not sure, but that was
All
very,
right.
very cool of him. He works at the same company, but at the Tulsa location.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, pretty sweet. He sent me when I first started there a little over 2 years ago. He sent me the Bigfoot soaps and stuff like that. So I actually still have in my master bathroom when you go in there. I got that little round container, and there's some little brown
Bigfoot.
yeah, very cool dude. I appreciate it. So you know how it is being a Bigfoot guy. You know, you get teased about it by a lot of people. So it's kind of cool when someone
You know
actually.
what, man? People always want to buy you gifts for it. You believe in Bigfoot? Here's a Bigfoot replica. It's 10 feet tall. You want to put it
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, there you go. So,
All right, dude. So tomorrow I'm headed out to the woods, bro.
headed out.
Headed out.
So you'll be down there till Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be headed to Southeast Oklahoma Saturday, not for Bigfoot, but we'll be there for some family event. But I'm going to try to swing in there and pick up our peanut butter trap that we set out, and then your camera that's been there now.
Peanut butter trap and a camera. Dang,
It's been there for what?
about
A month and a half?
Yeah.
2 months, something like that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been there for a while. So I'll try to swing by there and grab those just because I don't want that trap there very long. Because surely somebody will eventually see it. And if they see it, they might go nosing around and find your camera. So I want to make sure I grab that.
That's true. The camera might not even be in that spot either. I wedged it because it was just such a great spot to pick up the peanut butter trap.
Yeah.
So
I'll look
it might be on
around.
the ground.
Yeah, I'll check around. So
If not,
that
it's all
was
good.
kind of an impromptu situation that we did.
Yeah.
But we thought we were coming right back, so we weren't really worried about it.
Oh my God, we've been in a really weird world lately, haven't we?
We have. It's good to get back to this.
Yeah, man.
I missed this a lot. So,
So when we come back in 2 weeks, man, hopefully I'll have some stuff I can play from where I'm going.
yeah.
You know?
And maybe your camera will have some pics on it.
Oh, dude.
Something
Mega
awesome.
show.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. So, and then, then that's when the royalty checks.
They just come flooding in, man.
Man,
I got to open up this window over here.
just to let the money escape.
It just floods the upstairs.
We have to joke, and I'm sure a lot of people probably watch this and go, why are these guys talking about royalty check? But unless you've watched us from the beginning, then you would know what that meant. And it's just us poking fun about a certain situation.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to cash my checks when I get here. So I'm going to go check my mailbox right now. I'm sure they're there. So you got to have fun with it. So
we have to, man. It's funny.
how's everything else? Been good?
Everything's good, man. Just moving forward. Ready to hit the woods because I need the break.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Mhm.
So I decided to let the beard come back. I don't know if it'll
Right.
come back
Don't
down
call it
here
a comeback.
like it used to. Renee wants me to grow it out. So we'll see. But
With that,
it's been a couple of weeks without trimming it, and
you can grow a beard pretty fast, dude.
I can. It's crazy.
And it goes through it morphs.
Yeah, and the weird thing is before I met Renee, it was red and just a little gray stripe. Now it's gray with just a little red stripe.
That little red stripe is the last gleam of hope, man.
that Hulk Hogan red there. If I just put that blonde and give it an oh yeah, brother.
Hey, brother.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
brother.
Oh man. So she's probably not watching this, or she'd already be down here kicking.
Oh yeah.
So she's probably watching some silly show right now. But oh well. So.
Yeah, my gray's starting to creep in.
I see it.
It's almost touching, dude. It's trying. It's like, touch me.
Oh, mine's touching, brother. It's touching.
Damn.
It's great, but
I'm still pretty good on top, though.
You know, I got them. I got them. That Mike's got that ball.
There's some in there, here and there. Like there's one right there, and right, you know.
But hey, guess
not
what?
Salt and pepper. It's
Guess
pepper with some salt grains that got mixed in a little bit.
But you know what though? We got hair, man.
I got hair.
There's a guys our age that don't have no hair.
They don't have hair. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take gray hair as long as it's there.
Yeah, man.
We ain't got that funky little island, you know, where like it's missing in the back and missing in the front, you know, got that little band of hair between them, like that, separating them, you know, or just that hair around the edge. I mean, we're good.
That's when you wear a yarmulke, dude. Like you just like go full Judaism. Wear a yarmulke.
It's like that. It's like that joke, you know, about guys who ball in the front and guys who ball in the back, right? You know that one, right?
No, what's that, man?
You know what they say about guys who ball in the back? They're great lovers. You know what they say about guys who ball in the front? They're great thinkers. Great thinkers. You know what they say about guys who ball in both places? They just think they're great lovers.
Ah, see there.
So you tell that to the next guy you see that's balling in the front and the back.
You just think you are.
You just think you are.
What? You don't even know me, sir.
And then you'll see them the next day and their head's shaved. So. Oh well.
Oh God.
All right, man. Anything else?
Not really, man. Just again, look at this thing, man. Just look at the art on that, dude.
That's crazy.
Oh, it's just sick. Okay, sorry.
Look at the art on that.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
That 3 people. That's like 2 adults and a child. They're swinging the child, pulling their arms completely out of socket. Man.
Now, can you tell which one's the mom and the dad?
Well, it's unisex, Shane. This is
all right. I'm just making.
This is 2021, dude.
Man, it was a test.
Yeah, this is 2021. That doesn't mean that's a man and a woman and a child. That could be 2 women. It could be 2 men. We are a progressive country, so
it could be a midget dad with his 2 full-grown kids.
Boom, mind blown. Except for it's little people.
I know. Man, we just lost like so many viewers.
I just saw 1 listener leave, so
damn it,
lost that person.
All right.
I don't know. We're not politically correct. We're not. We
we're
drink
complete assholes though.
No, we're okay. We
good.
You know.
Yeah, we're good.
90% of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else could you ask for?
I don't know, man. I think we're good, dude.
Yeah. I love you. I love you.
I love you too, brother.
Yeah,
I wish you were coming on this trip, man.
I know. I got the little man this weekend.
Oh.
So, little homie.
You gotta drive him around town just from the crowd of women that are running after him.
Oh my goodness, dude. It's getting worse, man. This kid's something else, man.
Oh my God.
7 years
put that boy in a tux.
I don't know where he gets it from. I really don't. This kid, he's horrible.
You put that boy in a tux with a red rose, just let him walk down.
This kid, I don't know. It's like he is so aware that he's good looking.
Oh,
And
that's the worst, dude. That's
You
the
know what I mean?
worst shit.
Like you see those
Oh,
kids,
no.
you see those kids that are just goofy and they're cute, and you're like, man, that's a cute kid. This kid, he knows he's cute,
Man.
and he's like, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Talking to women like,
All this will be great.
give me your number because when I get older, I'm going to call you granddaughter. That dude is a pimp, man.
Oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. Just gonna do the best I can, man. I don't know. I have no idea. It's gonna take a
You're
village.
doing a good job, man. You are doing a good job. He's a good kid.
He is a good kid.
He's a
So
good kid.
pretty good kid, but he's a handful.
I got the dude in my heart, man. I can feel that dude.
Oh yeah, he's something else. So
Yeah, man. That's my dude.
but yeah, so we're gonna head down there Saturday morning. I don't know how long we're staying, but I need to take some time off and get in the woods though.
Yeah. It's
Really?
November, man.
I know it's prime time.
Dude, this is.
It
I'm
don't
ready.
get better than this.
So when we came back from our last camp out in October,
Mhm.
I got home and I organized all my stuff, like because I was ready to head out again.
Yeah.
So now I'm like already all ready. So it's like cool. I'm
You're all
ready.
geared up and ready to roll.
Yeah, man. It's just
All my stuff is sitting in the same spot because I was like you. I thought, man, we're gonna be leaving in another week or
yeah,
and then we didn't. So it happens. So
it does. It's
Yeah.
all good.
yeah, stay positive.
Mhm. Oh hell yeah, man! This is great.
Yeah.
It's a great time in my life.
The best.
The best.
The best. The best.
The best.
Well, you guys be careful down there. So,
All right, man. I'll fill you guys in if something
Yeah.
goes down.
share your
Yeah.
spot. Make sure we know where you're at in case we need to come find you. So,
All right, we'll do.
safety.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we roll.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Well, we ran 1 hour and 17 minutes, which is a little short for us.
That's cool.
You know,
Yeah.
we had
Dipping our toes back in the water.
we had to knock the dust off of it and
Oh.
get back in the groove of things. So we'll get back to our shenanigans of nonstop talking for 2 hours, I'm sure. So,
Yeah, we'll get there.
yeah.
Now I'm hoping that our next show we have some good stuff to talk about.
So
That we find.
yeah, and I want to check out that documentary that she was talking about, Carrie Arnold. I saw a couple of people talking about it. If I get some downtime, I may try to check that out, and maybe we could talk to him about coming on or something.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to get on to is Darcy Ware.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll work on that end.
Okay. So yeah, just
I like
focus
how
on.
we always talk about what we're gonna do for our next show on our show.
Yeah, I mean, we're throwing it out there. I mean, you never know. A list or a viewer. I said listener. We're not on the radio. A viewer might be watching and go, "Hey, I got an idea for you guys." And
Oh yeah, sure.
So
We're definitely open to that too.
yeah,
100%.
yeah. 'Cause we're not the smartest guys in the world. So second and third smartest. There's one other person smarter than us. It's somebody that watches our show. And so they may have a better idea, right? So I say, hey, you should have so-and-so on. It was cool having those ladies on, though. I like the female groups, man. I think they're...
Yeah, me too, man. You guys get up there and get them. Go get them.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of grown men be afraid. So I just think it's cool that there's some ladies out there that just aren't afraid to get out and get in it,
Mm-hmm.
So that's, kudos to them, man. That's pretty
For sure.
So
And they trek. They just don't.
yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're not rolling in a campsite B and unfolding a tent like they're in it. So I like that.
That's cool.
I
That's
respect
exciting.
it. Yeah, I respect that a lot. So and maybe we'll get lucky and meet up with them one day. So
it'd be cool to meet up with them and like Sisters of the Moon or Beast and
yeah.
I mean,
So
just
many
really
people.
span it across the states. And
I think we just need to do like a 21-day road trip, man, and just hook up
Dang, that'd be dope.
and just go. Just hit the open road with just our headphones and our, our FLIR and some night vision, a couple tents, and we'll just spend all this royalty money on the road. And like, I think we would make it to the Oklahoma-Texas line. And then
Can we call you Truck Norris?
exactly. Perfect. I love it. I love it. Truckosaurus. Truckosaurus.
Oh. Nah, man. My truck is Truck Lee because Bruce Lee kicked Chuck Norris's ass.
I like it.
God.
Jeep Lee. Is that what you're going to call it?
Oh,
Jeep?
yeah. Bruce
I like
Jeep.
Jeep Lee.
Yeah, Jeep Lee.
Yeah, put some nunchucks on it or something. I like it. All right, well, you and Jeep Lee be safe tomorrow, heading on down. So,
All right, brother. Yeah, I'll keep in touch with you guys. Let you know what's up.
all right, I'll see you.
All right, brother.
All right, thanks, guys.
Later, man.